clinical, and they weren't, and they got punished.
Particularly in the first 10, 15 minutes. If they'd taken one or two very, very gilt-edged chances, they would have been a bigger threat, obviously. But the way Munich play, they're kind of fearless, aren't they?
Yeah, and I think because they play such a high line, Neuer, you saw today, came off his line a couple of times actually to try and combat that. And I think that stopped the first chance that Lyon had. I think it just put, was it Memphis?
Yeah, Depay.
Cambi, just put him off for a second. But we were just thinking, if you think about Mbappe, Neymar, Di Maria, in those spots, they're goals. So it'd be interesting to see if Hansi Flick tweaks it, because, as you said, Lyon caused loads of issues. They just weren't clinical enough.
No, and it promises to be a terrific final. I mean, you can't see anything other than lots of... No, I won't say it.
Oh, goals. There's got to be goals. The way this Bayern team set up, press high to win the ball, yes, which is great. This is the way the game's gone so much in recent years. Leave himself wide open at the back. Now, we said we hammered Pep Guardiola in the last game against Lyon for changing his tactics. Yeah. And now we're sitting here and asking Flick, you should change your tactics maybe.
Do you think he should, or do you think it's
I just think he needs to... It's worked up to now.
They've won 8-2, 3-0.
It's worked up to now, but both games, they could have conceded 4 or 5 goals. So if you're playing against, like Owen just said, if you're playing against Mbappe and Neymar and Di Maria, and they get these chances like Lyon did in the first 15 minutes, they'll be 3-0 down in the final before they can say boo.
Do you think it'll change?
No, it won't change. He might tweak it.
Tweak it.
Tweak it is the way.
Maybe that's all it needs to do. I mean, it's all very well having a high line, but if you've got no pressure on the ball and you've got those players running behind you, you've got to drop back, surely. You can't just keep pressing up. It's madness.
Or somebody plays a bit deeper that gets across.
Yeah. Or Neuer comes out higher.
Maybe that's Süle. You know, he's quicker than
Strikers
Boateng.
love it when goalies come out higher, I tell you.
Tell you what, though, I think Neuer stopped a couple of goals today.
Well, he did. He's always played that way anyway, hasn't he? He's had a tendency to
he exaggerated his position today in terms of coming out and being there. And like you say, that chance that Memphis Depay had in the early part of the game, when he got his head up, I think he was surprised to see Neuer so far out, and that put him off a little bit.
Possibly. OK, well, we're all set for Sunday. It's Bayern Munich against Paris Saint-Germain. A little wall chart, painting the picture there, and exciting final.
Oh, I can't wait. There's got to be goals in it. I know we don't want to tempt fate, but there has to be goals. The way that these two teams play,
can't not be.
There has to be. No. Superstars on either side. It's for me, that the draw come out. Dream scenario was this, what we've got in the final.
Unless you're a Manchester City fan.
Yeah, well, I'm not, so...
I didn't think you would be, no. They've been emphatic, haven't they? And they're a machine at the moment, a goal-scoring machine.
Yeah, they are a machine. The thing is, if it's not Lewandowski, then it's Müller. If it's not Müller, then it's, it's Gnabry, Coutinho, Perisic. They got so many weapons. Yeah. So... they're a machine. Look, they are vulnerable at the back, but I think with the amount of goals that they score going forward, they can almost afford to be.
Yeah, we'll score more than you, and they scored 3 more than Lyon this evening. It started with an absolutely stunning strike from Gnabry, wasn't it?
Oh, it was
brilliant
amazing.
Goal.
We spoke about it at half-time, but the movement to get on the ball, in behind the wing-back, and there, the way he takes it inside, Owen just covered it beautifully at half-time in the way that he exploited the space, and it's about this touch here that he gets on the ball. Owen mentioned at half-time, normally you'd go down the line as a winger, but he comes inside, but it's the run of Müller. Watch Müller's run, takes the centre-back away. If he doesn't make that run, the centre-back stays there and that gap doesn't appear. He goes and challenges him and takes the ball off him. But Müller's run was absolutely beautiful in terms of, that's just awareness of your players in your team and creating space.
Yeah, that's why Thomas Müller is exceptional to play with, because he makes space for other people. He wanted a 1-2, saw the pace at which Gnabry was coming, thought, I know where this is going to go. Gnabry gets into that spot and it's in the back of net. When he sees that space open up, really, doesn't he? He thinks this is going to be a goal. And he's a really, really good finisher.
Yeah, we can see that. Didn't need to be necessarily a great finisher to bang his second one in, but I think Lewandowski a bit miffed with himself for not getting it himself.
But Gary, what about this winning the ball back? Gnabry, there. They did it against Barcelona, they do it here. And again, he gets into that space. I love the weight of the pass. Lewandowski should score, but you're right. Doesn't need a great finish there, but...
You've got to be there.
Yeah, but the thing is, just that way to pass, just all the Bayern players, they're really unselfish. They look for each other and they come in waves, they flood the box, and they are really relentless.
That's one thing I think PSG are going to have to be aware of is that giving the ball away in your own third of the pitch, middle third of the pitch, these guys, they don't mess about. They go for the jugular. They go to the heart of your team to score goals.
Yeah, it looked like it might not be Lewandowski's night, but in the end he got the inevitable goal, didn't he? Brilliant header.
I think he prefers the high ones, Gary, honestly.
Yeah.
I mean, this...
he does tend to...
You know, this is like just great movement, just stood up. And that's why we said he's almost the perfect number 9, because watch his movement there. Drops into a spot. He knows where that's coming. And he's just too big, too strong.
He kids the defender there. He's a bit disinterested at the beginning. If you just saw it at the beginning of that clip there, and then just comes alive. The timing... That's just number 9 art that is. That's art.
Yeah, all about creating a little bit of space for yourself, and on the off chance the ball goes in that space, and then you've got a great chance to score. And he does that regularly, even though he missed 1 or 2 chances. His movement gets him those chances.
Yeah, and the thing I liked about him is that Marcelo thinks he's doing the right thing, then he's backing into him. Normally that puts you off, but because he jumps so high, he almost jumps above the defender. So on the deck, in the air. And he's unselfish, you know, so I think he's just got the total package.
Now, we can hear from Alphonso Davies. Can Des Kelly keep up with him?